Welcome to Gail's Garden Herbs and More. I'm out seeing what kind of wild stuff's growing up. You get a lot more nutrition sometimes in the wild stuff than you do anything else. Right here is called sow thistle, and I've been already picking a lot of the young leaves on it. I'll probably put in a salad or maybe cook it with I've got some other regular greens like cabbage and kale and stuff. That's a good one too. I'll come out and pick some more later. There's kind of a milky sap. I hate to destroy this. I don't have too many in the yard. A lot of my stuff got cut down, but let's see. Really don't want to break it, but there's like a white milky sap in this. I guess some people use that to get rid of warts. And notice these little things, looks like the little flower heads. They'll be yellow when they flower out, but I think these froze and are freeze. This was a sunken garden I tried, and so it's down a little bit lower right in here. I'm surprised they froze down in here. But we're going to fill this up, and I'm going to plant some tobacco in it. For some people I know, at least if they're going to chew or whatever, at least I'll give them some healthy stuff. Let me see what I've got over here. I see something growing. It almost looks like sow thistle, but I don't think so. No. I think that's dandelion and maybe some chicory in there too. There is something that looks kind of like sow thistle. It's also good, but you use it in a different way. Let me find that for you. Okay, here we go. This is not looking real good, but it is the wild lettuce. And it also has a white milky sap, but how you tell the difference, this is more used for pain relief and several other things, but this has, like, if you look real close, there's spines on the back of it that run up and down the back. And you can feel it. See if I can get a close-up. I don't know, it's not gonna. Here we go. There's little spines all along there. Let me see if I can get it up where you can see it. Not real good here. It's a fairly young plant, but it looks like it kind of froze too. We had some pretty hard freezes, so probably in another month I'll find a little bit better stuff maybe that won't be froze. It'll be coming up if the freezes quit happening. Those don't look real good, but that is a wild lettuce. Sometimes people mistake it's kind of, right now it doesn't look so much. If leaves got a little bigger, sometimes they look a lot like the sow thistle. But let's see what other kind of, this is mid-January almost. It's what, the 14th, tomorrow will be the 15th. That'll be right in the middle of January. In Northern California, there's I want to go check out a place where cleavers usually grow. Hold on. Okay, they, for the first time, put horses out here. And the horses ate about everything down. I don't know if they ate the cleavers or not, but usually in here I can find some cleavers. And they're pretty tiny yet. I think there's a few cleavers. Those don't look like cleavers, but they're kind of sticky like cleavers. They're so little. It's sometimes kind of hard to identify. There. They grow in little whorls in their leaves, so there's a little teeny tiny one. They need to get a little bit bigger, so maybe I'll find some. I need to let them grow a little bit more, though. They're not even big enough to get anything out of. Hopefully they don't put the horses back in here again. Let's see, we're in another area here. Sometimes I find wood sorrel in here. I'm a little bit early. There'll be more of wood sorrel and stuff later. But I'm seeing what I can find right now. With these freezes, I'm not finding a whole lot of anything. There's some wood sorrel. Now you can tell wood sorrel apart from, it almost looks like clover, but if you look, let me pick this. The leaves have a heart shaped. See the heart? Okay, I'm going to eat that. These are really good. They have a real lemony flavor. I've got French sorrel growing, so I don't use the wood sorrel so much anymore because I just use my French sorrel that I'm growing in my herb wheel. I see a few little things, but everything's pretty small. There's a lot of plantain. Here's some plantain. In the spring, if you want to eat them, the little tiny leaves are the best. Boy, these feel pretty thick. Nice, and they're pretty. These go good in a salad, too. I'll pick some of these. That wood sorrel, so tempting to pick it. This doesn't look real good, though. It's got kind of, the other leaves don't look real good. I'll find more plantain later. I've got a lot more over in the garden area. There's some there, but I don't like this plant. Lots of it here, but it's too low and out in the middle of the pathway. It's been walked on. Some of my wood chips that are, I hope, composting down a little over the winter. I'll look around more. You can tell plantain by the back. Let me turn this over. Holding the camera with one hand. Do you see those ribs? There's 5 ribs that run up and down the leaf on plantain. Plantain, you can eat it if the young tender leaves. It's real good in salves for the skin. And if you get a bee sting or something, just chew on a little bit of it and put it on there, and then find a big plantain leaf, put on it, and then they have long stems in the spring and summer. Late spring and summer, and you can tie it actually with the stem if you're out where you don't have anything. Here's a bunch of real pretty plantain. I'll come back to this later. There's a lot of nice little green leaves there. And of course, some dock. There's lots of dock I can put in a salad. Or actually, it's going to be more like a little stir fry. I can't do a lot of just plain hard greens, right? Ooh, there's the dock, young, tender dock leaves. There's all kinds of them down there. Ooh, I found another container, and how that got... Oh, had a plant in that at one point. I don't know where the animals must have got a hold of it. There's... My granddaughter was looking for her rope. Pansy leaves. They're not wild. I had planted these. I don't have too many of them, but let me tell you, talk about tasty. I didn't know for a long time. I knew you could eat certain kinds, but I guess pretty much any pansy leaf's good. Now this one's kind of, the frost is almost kind of depleted a little. But oh, pansy leaves are really tasty, especially the center of them is what really gives it the flavor, the center of the flower. Really good. Well, my elephant garlic's coming up good over there. We'll walk along here. I need to wait a little bit. I'm just anxious to find more greens, but everything's pretty small that's starting to come up. I want to give my blackberry leaves some more time. They make a great tea. But here are a few things that you can learn about and think about when you see them in your garden, that you can actually eat them. So I'll let you go for now. I had a video about my growing stand. But what I wanted to talk about just for a second, added on to this, is the stinging nettle. I found these little, the little plants, and I dug them up and brought them over here and put them on, let them grow up bigger, and then I can pick my own. Stinging nettle is just so good, and they're really doing well. They were teeny tiny just a few days ago, and they've actually grown. They look so good. I just transplanted them probably, 3 or 4 days ago? And they've already grown. They're looking really good in here. They're probably the most nutritious wild or garden plant you can eat. They are really awesome. I'm going to do a whole video on these little stinging nettle plants. I'm going to, one of these days, real soon. Okay, even in my pots, I got stuff growing wild. There was ginger. Still, if I dig down in here, I'll have some ginger root. I'm saving it for when I need it. But I'll tell you, these little leaves right here, They're tender and they're really good for you. And dandelion are real good. So you can find good greens everywhere. You don't have to go to the store.